Thank you for staying with us. If Nigeria is going to achieve a $1 trillion economy in the next 5 to 6 years, it should be a bottom-to-top approach while encouraging creating wealth. This was the submission of the Governor, Peter Omba, at the lecture for newly elected local government executives and councillors. We have details in this report.
It is the first official meeting with the newly elected 260 ward councillors after the September 21st local government election. From east to west and northern senatorial zones of Enugu State, the enthused council area councillors are encouraged to key into Governor Peter Omba's ambitious vision of moving the state GDP from $4.4 billion to $30 billion economy. One after the other, keynote speeches were delivered to equip the councillors on the tasks ahead of them. Secretary to the state government gave an in-depth detail to account for several ongoing project status executed across the wards and council areas.
Completion of the first phase smart schools and the primary health care remains at 35% and 65% respectively.
For Governor Peter Omba, he advocates the move that local government administration be recognized as the economic hub for development. He challenged the council administration to own several projects that is ongoing in their communities by ensuring every contract is done to specification.
I've always advocated that if we're going to achieve a $1 trillion economy in the next 5 to 6 years, that would only happen from the peripheral. It's not going to be a top-bottom approach. We would have to encourage the peripheral to generate the wealth. And the state is now working with you.
Some of the councillors shared their views of the onboarding session with newsmen.
And that we should do everything possible to ensure that the good works of His Excellency are adequately protected.
These smart schools and the smart health centers are being built in the different wards. They should take the ownership of that and ensure that they are monitoring the contractors.
According to the United Nations Economic and Social Commission, local government administration is the closest tier of government that drives the economic growth and development to the grassroots. At this onboarding retreat, the newly elected chairmen and councillors were taken through the journey of nationhood, where development should be bottom up, beginning from the council areas to the center. Bamejele Ajayi, TVC News Enugu.
Meeting on year 2024 local government inspection and assessment exercise has commended the effort of Ibejuleki local government area in the area of development projects carried out within its communities. State lawmakers gave the commendation during an oversight visit to the council. Our correspondent Abibola Ade Agwebi completes the story.
The inspection tour was led by former Minister of Defense Musiliu Obanikoro, chairman of the GAC committee and other members of the GAC. It was time for the council chairman Abdullahi Sheson Olowa to reel out his activities within the period under review. Opsomed. It was also a good time for the inspection team to listen to the concerns of the community. Top on the list of the challenges facing the Ibejuleki area is flooding, which has rendered many homeless. And this, the local government chairman says he has addressed.
Having top echelons of the party to come to the grassroots to look at what we're doing clearly shows the direction the party is headed. It shows we are a serious party and we want to be sure that those who are elected into political office positions, they're actually discharging, their responsibilities in line with the party, manifestos. They've come here, they've seen the things that we're doing, and they've also advised us on a number of, areas, sectors that we need to also do more. If you look at the projects we've done, the ones that I think have created a lot of impact. For example, if you look at the flooding, the deflooding we've done, they've created a lot of impact among our communities because when it rains, a lot of people experience flooding in their home, and the local government has been able to deal with it decisively.
Having gone round the project, which cut across health, environment, education, among others, it was time for the Governor's Advisory Council Committee to give their assessment on the activities of the local government.
They are very pleased with what he has done so far, and some of the requests made through me to the state government will surely be delivered to the governor. And he was there also to listen to some of the things that were said that he will have to take care of.
The council boss reiterated his commitment towards building a thriving local economy through various people-oriented projects in the area. Abimbola Agbibi, TVC News, Lagos.
Meanwhile, torrential waters have caused havoc in Kogi State as thousands displaced and farmlands destroyed. Residents are calling on the government for help. We have details in this report.
Kogi State is currently grappling with severe flooding that has affected several communities, displacing thousands of residents and wreaking havoc on infrastructure, farmlands and livelihoods. This is coming weeks after the Nigerian Hydrological Services Agency issued an alert on the release of water from the Lagdo Dam in Cameroon. Kogi shares border with 10 states, including the FCT. It is also vulnerable to seasonal floods due to its location at the confluence of the Niger and Benue rivers, and has been hit with severe floods in recent years.
In Kogi State, the impact of this flood is being felt by everyone in the affected areas. Families are facing unimaginable challenges. Homes have been submerged, schools are closed, farmlands destroyed, and access to basic necessities has become nearly impossible.
Although no death has been recorded according to officials, 9 out of the 21 local government areas with communities along the floodplains of Kogi, Lokoja, Adavi, Ofu, Ajaokuta, Ida, and Ibaji are among the worst hit, where over 400 communities have been soaked with flood waters.
So serious. As you can see, people are already moving out of their houses, and the impact is much on us. In fact, there's no food, hunger, mosquitoes, and all that.
That last year, that upper last year, welcome 2 years. He break them again. Now I come put back on now. I no get happy. I no get person who go help me. Now me also. Before me with my oga, we no get anything. We just the manager. If you go cross water, if you see small fish, we put them for 5. If we sell them, we carry and they do manage.
I will move. You know, the water, the reason I do not move yet, I've tied my road down. Anytime you move and come to the front here, if you want to enter the house, I will move away from the house.
Displaced residents are now seeking refuge in makeshift shelters. However, overcrowding, lack of basic wash facilities, and limited medical supplies are raising fears of an outbreak of communicable diseases, particularly cholera and malaria.
We still need more help from the government. One, as you can see, the place we are sleeping is not that good. Some of us are children. There's no mosquito net. There's no mattress.
We are always devastated. There will be flood. There will be flood. There will be flood. If they can relocate us, it will be more better for us.
In 2022, Kogi State recorded severe flooding that displaced thousands of residents in both rural and urban areas, highlighting the state's vulnerability to recurring floods. This year, despite efforts from emergency authorities to provide relief materials to affected communities, the scale of the disaster is significant, and efforts to evacuate victims have been relatively slow.
The state government has called on the federal government on the dredging of both the River Niger and River Benue. You know, they both meet in Kogi here. So a dredging of it is going to go a long way, it's going to give us almost a permanent solution to this yearly menace.
During a recent visit to the Adankolo IDP camp in Lokoja, a temporary shelter for more than 3,500 displaced persons, Governor Usman Ododo reiterated his administration's commitment to providing the required relief to affected communities. He directed immediate infrastructure support, including drilling boreholes to enhance access to clean water, electricity, and constant delivery of relief materials such as food, medical kits, and blankets.
I have come to greet you. I have heard you. I'm not going to take much of your time. As we are leaving here, in the next 20 to 30 minutes, our team that will come to commence the distribution of palliatives and relief materials will arrive.
Authorities warn that unless serious flood management systems are implemented, Kogi State will continue to grapple with recurring floods, which will further endanger lives and negatively impact on the state's agricultural economy. Michael Ila, TVC News.